So on April 4th in London, we've got Derek Chisora v Deontay Wilder, both guys who are definitely towards the end of their career. Deontay Wilder, a guy who's, a former world champion, former knockout artist, has experienced the highs and the lows of this business, and so has Derek Chisora. Of course, Derek Chisora has never been a world champion before, but if we're being honest, he's probably one of the highest paid non-world champions in boxing in terms of accumulative paydays. He's never been world champion before, but fought for world championships, been in huge domestic fights before, and definitely cashed in on some big paydays. But both guys are past their prime. Both guys, in my opinion, are really far removed from their primes. Deontay Wilder's been looked awful these past couple of years, following the beatdowns that he took from Tyson Fury. He's really just looked awful in the ring. Even in fights that he's actually managed to win, he's still not looked great. Whereas Derek Chisora seems to have still a bit more about him, and Derek Chisora in general is probably technically a better boxer. Not got the one-punch knockout power of Deontay Wilder, but definitely still has some power in his own right. He knocked Otto Wilder literally halfway across the ring. Literally hit Otto Wilder with a shot and had him flying across the ring. So you can't say Derek Chisora hasn't got any power. He's got still a decent enough power to stop Deontay Wilder as well. Let's have it right. Enough power to stop Deontay Wilder. Early on, he's definitely going to be able to cause some problems because, when he's fresh, he can still throw a lot of shots. He can still apply the pressure. But believe me, after the third or fourth round, Derek Chisora is going to be blowing out of his arse. Good thing is, Deontay Wilder likely will be too. Even if Deontay Wilder's not blowing out his arse, his level of danger significantly declines nowadays the further into a fight he goes, because he's just not got the power. And he's got these twig legs, and for a long time it was a struggle. And a long time, not a struggle, but I couldn't really understand how this guy was keep getting knockouts. But now that he's gotten even older, and that power seemingly is going, I don't want to say it's gone completely, because he did knock out Helenius. That wasn't too long ago. And then his last fight was a win. It wasn't a knockout though. But anyone he's fought with a heartbeat has beaten him recently. Zhang, Parker, and I think Derek Chisora is going to beat him too. I think Derek Chisora is one of these guys who's got half a heartbeat, particularly early on. Derek Chisora is going to put it on Deontay Wilder. I really just struggle to see Deontay Wilder winning this fight, because his technique is so poor. Even, yes, you're saying early on he's got power. What shots is he landing? He throws shots awfully. He hasn't set up shots. And Derek Chisora is not amazing defensively, but again, he's got some fundamentals there. And he's got half a heartbeat there, whereas, guys like Helenius and the guy who Deontay Wilder fought in his last fight, these weren't guys with heartbeats. These were just bodies, right? So yeah, I struggled to see any path to victory for Deontay Wilder. I mean, it was the same for pretty much anyone in the top 15, top 20 of the heavyweight division. Deontay Wilder would lose to them, in my opinion, comfortably. Deontay Wilder would have nothing for those guys. But yeah, I think when this fight happens on April 4th in London, it's going to be a relatively easy win for Derek Chisora. I think win or lose, both guys should retire. I think Deontay Wilder's got... The thing is, if Deontay Wilder wins this fight, he won't retire. He should, but he won't. Because that's boxing for you. You just keep going until the phone either stops ringing or you get that one last big payday. And Deontay Wilder is definitely holding out for that one last big payday. I don't think he thinks Derek Chisora is that last payday. It very well may up being that last payday though. But I don't think Deontay Wilder's anticipating it to be that last payday. I think Deontay Wilder's thinking, okay, he beats Chisora, he then goes on to fight Joshua, and that's the big payday. But he's not going to get there because Chisora's going to beat him. And I think Chisora is expecting this to be his last fight. And what a way for it to be. What a way for him to go out if he beats Deontay Wilder here. But yeah, I think he's going to beat Deontay Wilder. I think Derek Chisora is going to win this fight. But I'd be super curious to know what you guys think in the comments below. Another episode of the Seth Solo Side Quest in the bag, and I'm out. Peace.